Hello, and welcome to our KCTV Tonight Show. I'm Scott Alexander.
And I am Justin LeCadre. Tonight, we will be discussing about COVID-19 and how it has hit our campus hard. For 2020 fall semester, all sports have been postponed. This has never happened in school history. This is a very sad moment for us.
First question is, when the pandemic began, what did you do to cope?
I kind of actually got into cooking. Like, I started cooking more meals with my family and everything. Hanging out with my brothers was a big thing until, like, I eventually went out and got a job coming back from school, and then I just worked the whole time.
So,
And at my cooking, I swear to God.
So, as you can see, professional athletes like the NBA, the NFL, what is your thought process on, like, them being able to have a season and, we're not, besides, the funding standpoint?
I kind of hate it as an athlete standpoint. Like, don't get me wrong, I love watching it, and I think, good for them. Great that they can play, but as an athlete myself, like, I hate that they can go out and play all of their sports when we're stuck just training, not knowing if we are going to have a season in any of our seasons. So,
as a student athlete yourself, why do you think
There are more students getting diagnosed, more student athletes getting diagnosed than regular students?
I think it's just because we're more aware of our bodies and how we're feeling. We're not afraid to say to our coach that, hey, we're not feeling the best today. And that's a great push to get us to go get tested. I also think it's because as student athletes, we all hang out together, teams clump together, and we hang out all the time, and some follow social distancing rules and some don't.
And how do you feel about Kings and the entire environment saying, like, doing hybrid classes and that sort of thing?
At first, it was an adjustment. Obviously, we were all happy to come back on campus and just be here, see our friends. But sitting 6 feet apart, having half your classes one week, half your classes another week was definitely an adjustment for most people, especially student athletes, when practices are rotating back and forth through different days. You're not sure which classes are in person or online those days. But I definitely think at first we were all just generally happy to be back on campus and return to some sort of normalcy.
Do you think King's College is doing a good job, enforcing protocol?
Overall, yes. I think that there could be some things that they do better of enforcing. But I think in general, especially at the beginning of the year, keeping the amount of visitors low in dorms, having everybody checking the badges along the way, like, that definitely was helpful, but it kind of trailed off when we thought we were getting better.
And what do you hope to see in the spring 2021 semester that you didn't see this year?
Sports. I want to compete. I want to do something. I don't want to just have practices and preparing for the unknown. I want to compete.
We'll also be talking to our cafeteria staff and students about how they have also adapted to the new protocol rules and how they have been doing it.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your name?
Cindy.
Cindy? Okay, Cindy. I just wanted to ask you a few questions, okay?
Yes?
How did the lockdown around the United States treat you? Like family members? Any family members catch it or?
No, nobody in my family has gotten it.
Okay, that's good. Why do you think the student athletes are getting diagnosed with COVID more than others? I was thinking since they're around so many people, like groups of people at a time, and I wanted to know your opinion.
Well, when you're on a team, one person gets infected and maybe asymptomatic, you're not going to know. So how many people are on a team? 24, 25?
Yeah.
Like one person could have it be non-symptomatic and just spreading it without their knowledge.
Okay. Now, do you think it was a good idea for sports to come back, like due to the pandemic?
You know, I know sports are important to college kids, and I think it's good that it's back, but there could be better precautions taken, like maybe masks even being worn during your practices at the games, because you're in especially football, you're right on top of each other all the time.
Okay, so how do you feel about King staying open during this pandemic?
I'm glad it's open. I need a job, so I especially since that the unemployment that was extra beyond what we got ended at the end of July. I don't know where I wouldn't have had enough money to pay my bills. So I'm glad that I got to come back and at least make the money that I normally make.
The pandemic has created a hard lifestyle for many students and staff here on campus. But let's assure that we will all be doing our best to help to finish the semester strong and safely. I'm Scott Alexander.
And I am Justin LeCadre. Thank you for joining us tonight in our talk show. Please keep your mask on and stay 6 feet apart. Good night.